Good afternoon, MLB Pro family. My name is Scott Gessford. I'm your general manager of the Oakland Athletics, and I'm here with.
You said Oakland. I am Rob
Uh,
Chappy.
I knew I was
R-
going to do that one of these times.
Rob Chappy Chapman, the general manager of your Kansas City Athletics. Just kidding. Royals.
Well, why not? Why don't we both just screw it up at the beginning? So,
Well,
all
Scott
right, let's
meant to
just.
say he's
Oh,
the Sacramento Athletics general manager.
that's right.
And this is
And
the Kansas City Athletics podcast because it's Kansas City and the Athletics.
that's right. And we're going to move on right to the standings. So today is Wednesday, May 21st. In the AL East, Tampa Bay is 32 and 16, and Baltimore is 6 games back. The Red Sox are 8, so are the Blue Jays, and the Yankees are 12 and a half back.
And over in the Central, the surprise Detroit Tigers are still in first place with a 31 and 18 record. Your Kansas City Royals are 5.5 games back, and the Twins just a half game behind them. Chicago White Sox are 8 back, and the Guardians are 15 and a half games back.
And moving on to the AL West, the Seattle Mariners are 28 and 19. I can't talk today.
Good old Mainers. You gotta love those
Yes.
Mainers.
Yeah, exactly. In second place, 1 game back, is the Los Angeles Angels. In third place is your Sacramento Athletics, 2 games back. Houston is only 2.5 games back now, and Texas is 8 games back.
Remember when we had to call them the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim for a couple years?
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
that was crazy.
All right, so your Philadelphia Phillies of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania are leading the NL East with a 31 and 17 record. The Atlanta Braves are still hanging in there, but they're now 7.5 games back. The Washington Nationals are 8.5 back. The Mets 12.5, and the Marlins 13 back.
And then we move into the surprising NL Central, where your Pittsburgh Pirates are 30 and 19 and lead the division by 3.5 games over both the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. The Milwaukee Brewers are 5 games back. In St. Louis, the only team under 500 is 6 games back.
And speaking of 500, for the first time on our podcast this year, the NL West has two teams over 500 in it.
Woohoo!
So the Arizona Diamondbacks are leading things with a 26 and 23 record. The Giants, who are one of the hottest teams in the league right now with 8-2 record in their last 10, are 1 game back. The Dodgers are 6.5. The Rockies also 6.5, and then your Padres are 8.5 games out of first.
Yeah, but the Arizona Diamondbacks are 7 and 3 in their last 10. So when you go 8 and 2 and you only pick up 1 game, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So
So
what's going
just
on with your
well,
Royals?
well, real quick, I was just gonna point
Oh,
out who the wild card leaders are, which are
God.
in the AL. The Angels and A's are in the wild card spot right now with the Orioles and Astros tied for that spot final one. And over in the NL, the Cubs and Reds are sitting in there as that surging central. With
Yeah.
and then the Brewers and Giants are tied for the third and final wild card spot. So lots of drama, and there's three teams in the NL and four in the AL within 2 games of those final wild card spots. So it's a lot to pay attention to right now.
Yeah, it's going to heat up.
All right, so let me tell you about the state of the Royals as we speak right now. The big news in the last week was that we have demoted our starting catcher from last year and starting catcher from the beginning of this year, Frankie Alvarez, to Omaha.
Poor
Um,
guy.
he, you know, he's one of the highest scouted players on our team. He's coming off a rookie season in which he hit 22 home runs in 119 starts, which is great. Hit 248, so almost a 250 average. But he has only 4 home runs this year, which is not good. The backup catchers have combined for five in way fewer plate appearances, and he's got a 191 average, um, which has been
But he's
steadily going
but
down.
but he's got a 322 on base percentage right
He
now. That's
has
pretty good.
he has walked quite a bit. I think he might even lead our team in walks. but I really need, especially with my big two other sluggers on the shelf right now, we needed him to play well.
So
And part,
if you're looking for a catcher out there, hit up the
well,
Royals. No.
no, I want him to just come back and play well. Uh, Part of the thing that factored in is the backup Javi Lopez, who, I've had a couple of people inquire about Lopez. Um, he's hit so well. He's batting 333 with 3 home runs in 18 starts. Um, and then we acquired a new player, Neftali Rosario. Um, and Rosario's played well. So it's not only the fact that Alvarez is struggling, but it's that the other options we have behind the plate are playing much better. Um, so hopefully he'll find his swing and he'll be back, and then we can, you know, not worry about the catcher spot. And at that point in time, I probably will look to move Javi Lopez. So if you're one of those
Well,
teams
you're
that's inquired about him, he might be available soon.
well, you are carrying three catchers on your major league squad right now. Is that
Yes.
typical for you?
No, this is purely because I wanted a captain. So let me talk a little bit about this little random factoid. Right now, I've got three players in my starting lineup who were not even on my roster in spring training. All three of them signed to minor league contracts and are now, after the season started and are now here. So I'll start with Rosario because we're talking about catchers.
Yeah.
We've been very up and down, and last year it was kind of the same thing. So I brought in a captain, um, whose name is escaping me right now, an outfielder guy, just to be my fifth outfielder and captain, and it really helped bring the team together. So I wanted a captain again because he was a guy that went in the free agent pool. He wasn't the most talented guy in the world, but Neftali Rosario, right? He's a 31-year-old catcher. He hasn't played in the major leagues since 2017. He has bounced around the minors. He was in Syracuse earlier this year. I bet he had one of those deals where it was a major league option and he became a free agent after 30 days, because he started 12 games for Syracuse, and then I found him in the pool. Um, but he's got decent ratings. My scout finds him as a 50 in contact, 55 power, 45 I, 45 K. So he's not gonna kill me by any stretch. He's got 50 speed, which is actually good for a catcher, and he's better defensively than either one of my other catchers. So really, it was a no risk thing. And I had an extra slot on my roster because um, Kaz Takano, one of my pitchers, who started the year on the IL, when I activated him, I brought him up, so I was balanced at 13-13 pitchers versus position players. Well, he's only appeared in one game in like 2 weeks. So I'm sending him to AAA to get some innings of work, and so I had extra roster slots. So I said, I'm gonna get a third catcher and do this move. The other thing I did, the other big guy who I really love, this guy. Okay, so Domingo Montoya is currently my starting shortstop, and we can talk a little bit in a second about my opening day starting shortstop, who is now a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates as of today. But I've really been looking at some of the other good teams out there, and they seem to have these like Ozzie Smith wizards at at shortstop. And so I really was trying to find one. And Montoya was out there in the free agent pool, and so I signed him April 3rd. Um, I put him in Omaha for no, actually I put him in double A. He was in double A
Doubly.
for 20 games or so, and he hit, as I'd expected, 154. But but
So you rushed them to the majors.
but his fielding stats were phenomenal. Well, I was just tired of watching balls dribble through my infielder. Uh, and so I put him in, and he's been great. He's actually hit 220 for us. He's got four doubles in 13 games. Uh, he had zero doubles in 20 games in Double A. But he's really good at second, third shortstop, and he's got decent pinch running abilities. He's a high leader ability, so he's a good guy even if he's just on my bench. But I wanted to start him just to see what would happen, and we've played really well in there, and his fielding stats are off the chart compared to the other guys I've tried out at shortstop this year. Um, so then with the injury to Mark Baker, one of my other best players, we pulled up a guy, Bobby McDonald, who we signed him right after spring training ended. Um, and he had started the season with Omaha and he hit 269 in 7 games. But so he's been up here for a while, playing as a fourth or fifth outfielder, depending on how many they have on the roster at the time. But I mainly picked him up because he's an outstanding defensive player. He's a high work ethic guy. He's got great ratings in all of the running categories. Um, and then he's got a good avoid Ks rating. So he's making 750 and he's batting 270 for me this year, and he's got 6 stolen bases and 8 tries. Um, he might not stay on the roster. It's going to be between him and Brian Cooper who goes down when Baker comes back, but we're still a couple weeks away from that. So I love all three of these players. I mentioned last podcast that I like to watch all my games. And seeing these
Yeah.
guys with their range and their playmaking ability has been fun. I really enjoy them more than some of my frustrating sluggers that don't seem to hit many home runs.
But if you play Montoya, then Grenier is sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and Grenier
You
is
talked
going
him up
to
last time.
well, Grenier has still he's still playing well. He's still hitting well, and he's still versatile, right? He's capable at short. He's capable at third. He's capable at second. So he's still getting decent reps, to borrow a football term. He's still going to play. He's going to be my fourth infielder, so he'll be our primary backup. He's taken playing time away from Alfonso Javier, who's kind of like my versatile go anywhere guy. But Javier, because right now, I'm looking at when Cody comes back and when Baker comes back, I'm probably going to have 3 catchers, 2 first basemen, which is only going to leave me 4 infielders and 4 outfielders. So having Javier who can play both the infield and the outfield is going to be important. And then whether it's Cooper, who's hitting, really, really well. What's Cooper hitting this year?
280, 280,
Oh,
.366
he's
on
come
base.
down a little bit, but yeah, so Cooper's played really well. Um, Whether it's him or McDonald that goes down, I'm not sure. They're both left-handed hitters, so that won't play into it at all. It's going to be important to have, the versatility of guys like Grenier and Javier there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Ty Donaldson, right? Today, the Royals traded Ty Donaldson to the Pittsburgh Pirates for a prospect, another shortstop, um, a guy that has good power potential, but at this point, will he be a major leaguer? We don't know. But Donaldson was a guy that I was probably not gonna pay whatever he demanded in arbitration next year. So this was probably gonna be his last year on our team because he just hasn't hit for me. Um, he's a little slower than what we like our players to be. I've kind of got this model player that I look for, and Donaldson meets all the criteria except for in the base running department. Um, I like guys that are line drive hitters. I like guys that have high intelligence. I like guys that have work ethic. I like guys that have, you know, 55 contact, 55 avoid K, 55 I. He fits, almost all of my criteria. But for some reason, after 2023 he hit 249 with 9 home runs. I was like, okay, I can deal with that. Maybe next year he'll hit 260, 275. Well, he fell 219, and then this year he's batting 165 when we demoted him to Omaha. And I talked earlier about versatility, right? I did notice that Donaldson had 65 range in the outfield even though he has 35 speed. Don't know how that happens. Um, but I'd noticed that. So you know what? I don't want him hitting here. I've got Montoya playing short. I'm going to send him down to Omaha and teach him how to play the outfield. So he's already learned a little bit of center field, a little bit of right field. And my next target was going to be left field, but now that's all going to be Brenton's problem, I guess, at this point. But I think
Yeah.
that Brenton likes the flexibility too. So um
Yeah.
I think
Well,
he could be an everyday player. He just wasn't working out here. So we'll see what happens with him in Pittsburgh.
that leads me to a question for you is you have this great closer named Addison Reed,
Oh yeah.
but you don't have him in the closer role anymore.
That was actually a decision that David Eckstein made. So I go, somebody asked me on Slack if I do it every game. It's most days. I usually will go on my lineups page and hit actions and hit ask manager to set up all depth charts for lineups, and they'll go to the pitching and have you know manager for this ask him for the bullpen. I usually try to keep my starters in their same slots, but I'll ask him for the bullpen. And the day after he had his last blown save, uh, he just flopped them down the middle of the relief and put Ethan Hankins in the closer role. Um, Now Hankins hasn't saved a game yet. He was tired when he got moved into that role, and then yesterday we were losing. Because it's only been
So
2 days since
so
that
does that
change was
mean
made.
you're gonna start shopping Reed as the trade
No,
deadline comes?
I don't think so. My scouts really like Reed, and he's in the last year of his contract, so we'll probably hang on to him. And who knows if he's going to get put back in the closer role the next time I push that button. Um, but I guess the computer was as tired of Reed as I was. But he's been such a streaky guy, right? He
Yeah.
he's a guy I love to complain about 2 years ago when he literally was 1-12, right? And that's not really what you're looking for in your closer. He did save 30 games, but it was I don't know if people remember Mitch Williams. It was kind of that like he'll come in there, walk the first three guys, strike out the next two, and then whatever he does in that sixth batter determines whether it's a save or a blown save.
Yeah.
Um, that's that's
Well,
that's what he did. And but then he went on the very next like last season, he set the record for let's see, I have it right here. He set not the Kansas City record, the MLB Pro record for consecutive saves. He converted 48 consecutive saves, which is still the MLB Pro record. So like, and now he's
so,
back to just blowing every other one. It's
so
like
what have you done for me lately?
when he's on, and when he's off, he's off. But right
Well,
now he's got a 4.58 ERA, and Hankins is 1.66. So I see what Eckstein is doing there. And I apologize for
yeah.
calling Eckstein a computer earlier, but
Well,
he
your team
is.
has kind of struggled here in May. You're 8-11
Yeah,
in
I'm
May.
not I'm not overly concerned about that because the context is that we have our two best players out. Um, so if we're playing close to 500 and we can finish this month 500 realistically, I'll be content because we really
Well, you
need
have a game. You
Clemens
have a
and
game
Baker
in
in the lineup.
your schedule for the rest of the month is one game at San Francisco, and then three games at Minnesota,
Yeah.
three games at home against Cincinnati, and two at home against Detroit. Two,
Yeah.
four,
And
six,
Minnesota's
eight. That's
kind of
nine
this
games.
Minnesota's in the same boat as me. I think we can win a few of those games and or a couple of those games. I if we can beat San Francisco tonight, take 2 of 3 from Minnesota, take 2 of 3 from Cincinnati, and then we're gonna find out if Jim's Tigers are real, right? Um, I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be satisfied. I think so. My trainer said on the 16th that Cody Clemens would be back in 1 to 2 weeks, which would be either this Friday, the 23rd would be 1 week, and then the 30th when we host Detroit would be 2 weeks. Um, I'd love for Clemens to come back. I think I am gonna probably give him 3 games in Omaha if it's the 30th or the 23rd. If it's not till the 30th, I kind of want him to take on Detroit. So,
But the
so
guy's hitting 750 on the year.
I
Come
mean,
on, you got to get him back in.
he's the hottest hitter in the game right now. He's like the Taylor Swift of MLB Pro right now, I guess.
I
But
just have never liked that when it says injury time unknown. I've never liked that.
no, no. But based on my experience earlier this year with I got that same message for when Reimer Liriano was out. When it said like 1 to 2 weeks, it was 10 days,
Yeah.
which would put him back uh, for the start of the Cincinnati series. So if that's when we come
Okay.
home from Minnesota, I might give him 1 game in Omaha if that's the case. But I don't. I definitely want him for Detroit. I want him in the lineup.
Well, you brought him back last time, and in the same for his first game back, he went back out.
No, he played 1 game, didn't he? And then the second game back. Is that
Oh,
right?
okay. I thought it was a first game, but
But also, eh, I held him out for precautionary. He actually was a day-to-day guy. Could have kept him playing. Um, I just held him out to be safe, and then it didn't really pay off, did it? Um,
well,
but he's not not an injury-prone guy, according to my scout. He's a normal. His injury proneness is normal. So I'm not too concerned. If he was more prone, I would be more cautious. But I
yeah.
think it's just a fluke that he got hurt twice so close together. But
We'll see.
yeah. But that's
Anything
all
else?
I got. Yeah, that's all I got for the Royals report. I would add that because everyone's interested. Bradley Swagger is getting 262, 14 home runs, which
Wait,
uh,
who's that? Who's that?
yeah, Bradley Swagger is so he's on pace to finish the year with 45 home runs and 123 RBIs, which I would be very happy with. And that
NL rookie, I mean AL rookie of the year, right?
should lock that up if he can continue this all year long. So we'll see.
Oh, wait a minute. How's the guy from Detroit doing? What was his name again?
Manzardo,
Oh, Manzardo. He's batting
he's playing well.
297.
Yeah, he's doing good. He is not going to finish with 45 home runs though. He just doesn't have that power in him. But he could finish hitting 320 and beat out Bradley that way. Um,
Well, he's projected to hit 30 home runs and 122
yeah,
RBIs.
yeah. I don't think he's going to maintain that, but he might. Um, I just feel like based on what my scout says about him, that he'll probably finish with like 25, 27 home runs, and I don't know if he'll get that many RBI. Maybe. I
All
mean,
right. Put
Detroit is
put put
doing.
down the put down the competition. I know.
No, I'm admitting he might like hit 300 and still win. So I'm not putting him down. I'm just saying he's a different type of player. Um,
He's not as good as Bradley Swagger.
he's not as much of a home run threat as Bradley
Okay.
Swagger, but he might be just
All
as
right.
good. Um, they're both pretty terrible fielders, which is why they're both supposed to be DHs. But
Yeah.
as we all know, Swagger's been playing first base while Cody's
And
out.
yeah, and DeClemens comes back. Yeah. We've heard that a time or two.
Yeah, yes, you have.
So my athletics are hanging in there. We are still in the wild card race. That is always a good thing. We're a game behind the Angels and half a game ahead of the Astros. So I don't know. I'm starting to get a little worried about my hitting.
I
It
think
just
I think you've got good hitters though.
they're just not hitting.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
well, since Martinez has been out, that's been a big hole for me over at third base. I even called up prospect Manuel. How do you say Penetra?
Penetra.
Penetra. There you go.
Yeah.
And boy, he's hitting
Yeah.
.085 in 21 at bats.
Yeah. Penetra might not be ready for the show. Um, but okay, so can we talk for a minute about Jalen Lofton? And for the listeners out there, I've
I was going to bring him up in a little bit, but yeah, go ahead.
I've been trying to get Lofton from Scott for a while, although never with a offer that Scott liked, because Scott doesn't want to, you know, he wants like an all-star for Lofton. I don't understand how this guy
Look
isn't
at his
hitting.
ratings.
I don't understand how he's not hitting 300. And it's not the first time. So the guy's got over
Oh
250
my,
games that he's played at the major league level, and he's hitting 229. How is that even possible?
I don't know. That's what I'm frustrated about. Guys like Lofton who look on paper like they should be, hitting closer to 300,
Yeah, I'm a big,
getting on base more.
and that's why I want to underpay you for him, Scott,
I
because he's
know.
not he's not doing it.
You're making great low ball offers. No, I'm kidding. But he's one of the guys, I'm frustrated. I'm actually just moving him down to number 9 in the order, trying to, set the next inning up with, when I get to Vestini and Abrams and Venables and Winston. So hopefully moving him down to number 9 will help him out. But I have 5 batters right now that are batting under 200.
Wow.
Randall Walker, who was a starter for me at the beginning of the year. Daniel McCormick, who was a starter for me at the beginning of the year. Profer, who was a starter and still is a starter. Uh, my backup catcher, Orozco, and Venetra, who I just called up.
Yeah.
So I'm not scoring runs. Let's see. I am 12th in batting average, on base percentage, 14th in slugging percentage, 13th in on base plus slugging percentage. You just go down the list of the offensive categories, and I'm like the best one I'm in is 9th outside of stolen bases. So my pitching has been keeping me in the games and
Yeah.
helping me out, but it's getting frustrating with all these batters who can't hit the ball.
Well, you only needed 5 hits to beat the Angels last night, so that's good.
Well, yeah, but today I throw Hunter Green against Erickson. Good luck to the A's tonight. They're going to need it. So we'll see how it goes, but that's my struggle is the batting. I'm okay with the pitching. I think I got possible starters at every position. My hard part is third base into Martinez comes back, but that's not for 4 more weeks, and that's with no rehab assignment.
So Green hasn't been that bad his last 5 or 6 starts.
No, no, he's given up 3 runs
He's
in
the one that
six
started
innings.
with like that ERA that was like
Oh,
16 or something like that, right?
oh, yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and it looks like if he could avoid the home runs, he'd be even better. But yeah, he hasn't
Well,
given
yeah.
up more than 3 runs in any of his last 6 starts, and he's managed to go 3-1 in that span. So you got a shot tonight.
All right. Thanks for the pep talk for the guys.
I think the only thing holding you back is you got to get rid of Lofton if you want to win
Oh,
tonight.
I gotta get rid of Lofton. Well, make me an offer while we're on air. And no, I'm kidding. Let's not do that.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm happy with the bullpen. I'm actually happy with my batters once Martinez comes back. I may have to try somebody different than from my minors, but who is that going to be? My best infield prospect, Dela Cruz, is out for 6 weeks. And then Shane Goldman, my number one uh, prospect, starting pitcher, I just got word that he's on his way to see Dr. James Andrews.
mm,
So that's not good.
no.
And Speckinel is not ready to come up to the big leagues yet. So if my struggles continue in my outfield, I might have to go and bring up Andrew Sutcliffe from AAA, who I got from Atlanta, and he's hitting the snot out of the ball in AAA. But then it becomes, who do I take out? Do I send Lotson back down to try to get him right? or do I carry five outfielders? Because Jake Venables is technically an outfielder, but he's really a DH. He can play left
Maybe.
field, but um, he's not going to play left field. Why have Carlson and Lofton up?
Mm,
So I don't know. It's a head scratcher. If anybody
yeah.
wants to help me figure out how to score more runs and get my hitting figured out, I just fired um, my you know my hitting coach and promoted Sean Casey from Double A
Yeah.
to take over the reins to see if that changes. He has a good relationship with all my batters, average with all the pitchers, and then average with my two catchers. So I'm hoping with his you know relationship to everybody.
Well, sometimes
And
that's all you need, right? A coaching change will get a team going. I
well,
know when I brought
so far he's 1-1, and we're batting 197 with him. It's
I know when I brought in Dave Magadan, we were hitting like 230 and he got the team up over, 250. So, um,
if I can get my team up to 250, that would be I might be competing for the division title. No, I'm kidding. That's not going to happen. But I am batting 239 right now, so 250 will help me score some runs.
get them runs, get them runs.
So I don't want to be negative Nelly all day long, but
Yeah,
that's
what's going right in Sacramento?
a good question. We beat the Angels last night,
Well,
and we've
there you
actually
go.
when we lost to the Angels the night before, it was by 1 run. So I mean, at least we're playing competitive with them. We got slaughtered when we played Seattle. Yeah, we won 3-2. We won one out of three, and the other one we lost by 2 runs. And we won't talk about the third game where I lost by 12. So things are hopefully things are going to go right as we get more into this, you know, the summer heat up.
Will the Giants continue to be your rivalry week matchup, um, now that you're leaving the Bay Area?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they will.
Uh, yeah. All right. Anything else you want to talk about today?
Well, let's see. So let's talk real quick about the Cubs.
The
Uh,
Cubs.
yeah.
They're
So
in the National League.
we said anything else, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did.
Uh, they had that great start to the season, and
Yeah,
then they had that 9-game losing streak, right? Was it nine? Yeah.
I think it was 9.
Started on the 30th of April and ran until May 9th.
Yeah.
And
Oh, but look how they're doing
and
now.
I was like, okay, the Cubs are the Cubs again. But then sometimes it's about how you react to these things.
Yeah.
And they came back, and then there was a doubleheader day where they took a loss, but they had wins on one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 consecutive game days, and 8 out of 9, with the one loss being a 0-1 loss in 12 innings to the Marlins. So they're back, baby. They
Yeah, they
they
are.
barely left.
Hey, you know what? I that is probably the division I am the most interested in watching.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh and the Cubs, because you know, Pittsburgh was touted last year that they were going to win 90 games or 100 when they were way off of that. Hey, I think they're on pace to win 90 plus games this year.
yeah, and my guy Dylan Cruz, right? He's on pace for 51 home runs and 142 RBIs. He's making Swagger look a little less swaggy.
Yeah, making them look
Um,
average.
but fortunately, we don't have to compete with National League players for Roy.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
But I really like the makeup of their team, and I kind of follow them a little bit just because Bernie Blanchard, and um, uh, last year they had two or three other former Royals on there that none of them are are in the picture anymore. But yeah, they're right back in there, and Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see if they can keep it up for another 2 weeks here.
that's a fun division to watch.
It really is. It really is. I
So
I think I picked either the Brewers or the Reds on the preseason showed.
I can't remember. I have it
But
written
yeah,
down someplace.
and I was happy to take 2 of 3 from the Cardinals when we met earlier this month. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited to see them respond well to the adversity of a 9-game losing streak and just
Yeah.
kind of like brush it off like it doesn't bother them.
How far out are we from the All-Star break? Oh, we still quite a ways out. Oops, I've lost my sound. Give me 1 second.
No, I heard you.
Oh,
Say
did
all
you?
right.
Okay, my
Yeah,
sound's going in and out. So,
I'm hearing you right now. So.
oh, okay. I'm trying to change my headset, but I gotta give me 1 second as I. All right, can you hear me better now?
I hear you. Yeah,
Okay, good. My AirPods are dying on me, so
gotcha.
yeah. All right. What else did you want to talk about? You mentioned some earlier about the draft.
Yeah, so the draft has started in MLB Pro, right?
Yes.
And I just want to talk about the first pick, if we could, for a moment. So,
Remind me who it was.
yeah, I'm trying to find that right now.
Oh,
So, it
Jonathan
was,
Byers,
yeah. So,
third
you know,
baseman,
and the picking team was
Washington.
the Washington National. Okay, so y'all watch Stranger Things?
Oh, not me.
Oh, okay. Jonathan Byers is a character on the show.
Ah, is
He's
he?
Will Byers' older brother, and so this is not the same guy because he would be from Hawkins, Indiana, and and this guy is not. But I was just interested. Okay, I'm gonna say my scout never likes any of these rookies, and what I've done past couple years is I switch over to OSA when I'm looking at these pools for the rookie draft or
Right,
for
yeah.
amateur draft. This year, even when I do that, I don't see a whole lot of guys with, 65 contact, 70 power. They're just not that common. But I'm still wondering about this pick. I'm not
Yeah.
crazy about this pick. Okay.
I'm not either, especially at number one.
Yeah. He
Maybe a little bit later.
he looks like best case scenario. Okay, so Byers can do infield and outfield, but neither very well. He's got not a lot of range, prone to
Well,
make errors. His
you
arm
know,
is good. He does have a
uh,
good arm for a third baseman, but the rest of it doesn't look that great. Um,
well, he can play first base, third base, left field, and right field, so and average at all those. And you know what? This pick is probably going to turn out to be an all-star because I can't pick these rookie guys for some reason.
that's a good point. But I was looking at his base running. He's got a 25 in base running. Okay. That, it just seems like a mess. He seems like he's going to be a mess. I don't know.
Well, only time will tell. I just made the 10th pick in the draft,
Yeah.
and I took Jason Cambridge from the Bronx, New York. He's a right fielder. I do the same thing. I have to turn on OSA. My head scout says he's going to be a 55 contact, 60 gap, 75 home run power, 60 I, and 40 avoid Ks. But if you look at
Yeah.
OSA, he says 60 contact. That's a
He's
big
another
difference.
guy that's, I mean, a 40 base running, that's what Cambridge has. That's
Right.
bad, right? But that's 15 points higher than Byers. I don't know. Neither one of these guys feels like a top 10 pick to me. I'm just gonna say,
Well, who's
you
your, who's your top 10?
you had what, 10th?
Yeah, I had 10th.
Yeah. So okay, but and I'm not saying you guys made bad picks because I guess what I'm trying to get at
You
is
just you
is
just did. If you said they're not top 10 worthy, then they're bad picks.
but what I'm trying to say is I don't think anybody is top 10 worthy. The whole pool just seems kind of raunchy to me. Okay, so Byers, right? He went number one. The OSA mock draft, he went fifth. Cambridge went 10th to you. Mock draft, he went seventh. These are top 10 picks in the mock draft. So when I say they don't pass the smell test as top 10 picks, I'm talking about like historically, but maybe that's what it is this year. Maybe there just isn't anyone who can hit and play defense at the same time in this.
Well, maybe you just don't know how to pick. No,
But if you look at the other guys in the mock draft, like Gonzalez, McGrath, not a lot of these guys feel like they're going to be all-stars, or at least
well,
they don't feel like very versatile players.
well,
Uh,
these guys are, what is Byers? Byers is 18. Cambridge is 17. These are young players. They still got lots of time to develop and either exceed their, potential right now and create new potential, or to fall down on their face and suck.
yeah. Well, I'm just going to say it like this, Scott. I'm glad I don't have a top five pick this year because I would second guess my pick from the minute I made it. And I'm probably still going to do that when I pick at 19.
You pick at 19. Who you gonna pick?
Well, I can't tell you that.
Well, yeah, you can. You can tell us all who it is.
No, 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 no. Well, I don't. Well, one, I don't know because it depends on who gets taken sooner. Uh, I would narrow it down to position, but no. I'll tell you next week who I took.
In 2 weeks, yeah, yeah. Okay. When it's all said and done, you'll say, "This is the guy I wanted first over. I would have taken first overall."
I'll tell you
Or
what, if you know what, if I had the first overall pick, uh, I probably would have taken Morgan McGee.
that's who I would have taken too, myself. Uh, but there's a couple other pitchers that I thought about hard at number 10.
Yeah. But then Morgan McGee was like 25th in the OSA mock draft.
Was he
So
really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think, I like spreadsheets and I rank guys based on their potentials and he came out as the top pitcher in the draft for me. So I would have probably taken him since I'm not in
Who
love with any of the hitters.
who took McGee? Cleveland,
Uh, Cleveland. Yeah.
number 3 overall.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
was
And
number
I think
2?
um was it
Oh, Jamie McGrath, right fielder.
yeah. Yeah. McGrath. Okay, so McGrath, I can swallow his speed and his defensive ratings. But he's got a 40 avoid K potential, and like for a guy that's only 55 contact, I just don't feel right about that. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Just don't know.
my scout says he has a 45.
Yeah. Well, my scout says he has a 40. OSA is 45. Um,
I have on mine, the
but
OSA says 50 for base
wait, how
running.
does for McGrath? Oh, you're talking about basement. I'm sorry, I was talking about avoid Ks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 40. My scout says 40. OSA says 45.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else that we want to talk about today? My time's getting short.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. How do we get other people to join us? I even posted in the Slack room this morning. If you want to join us, let us know. Maybe you need to invite somebody.
Sure. If anyone wants to join us in 2 weeks, it'll be around 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific.
That's
Uh,
right.
it's easy to open a Zoom link and chat about the league with us.
You don't even have to
Um,
show a picture. Like I can't see
yeah,
your
I don't
face
have
or
my
anything like
camera on.
that.
Yeah, I don't want Scott looking at my ugly mug for a whole
Hey, I
uh
tell I tell the
this long.
people at my church that I have a face for radio. So
There you go. And yeah, but then and we're nice. You can come on the show and gab with us. It's not bad.
that's right. We just
It's
like to give
it's
each other
fun.
a hard time.
But if you feel like the show is too Kansas City and A's centric, you could do something about that by bragging
Yeah,
about your team.
That's right. Come on. We're willing to talk about whatever team you're from.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, cool.
all right, then we'll see you. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and we'll get this posted this evening sometime.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Rob. We'll talk to you later.
Hmm.
Bye.
Bye.